Alright, hi everybody, this is Ranger Laura at Lee State Park, and I'm going to show you a recycle craft. Now we're going to be using Sharpie markers and number 6 plastic. So number 6 plastic is deli plastic. So instead of recycling, we're going to reuse it. And we're going to reuse it and make art. So what I'm going to do is, like I said, we need number 6 deli plastic, Sharpies, hole punch, paper, a design. And what I'm going to do is use a design of Lee State Park's sister park, Woods Bay. So this is part of Woods Bay's logo. So what I'm going to do is I printed it out, and now I've got to go ahead and get some plastic about the same size. It's going to be a little loud. And I'm going to trim it. Now this has been washed. Okay, now we've got our nice flat piece of plastic and our design underneath it. And this is where our tape comes in, because we want to hold this piece of plastic in place. I'm going to move it down a little. Got some tape. And this is where a little bit of artistic license comes in. So I'm going to be using Sharpie markers, but I only have one shade of brown. So I can change this design color if I want. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and take the one brown I do have and color in the parts that I want brown. And you don't have to be exact, just eyeballing it. Quick, 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 or as slow as you want to do it. I'm doing it quick because this is a tutorial. And let's see, some more brown there. And around the circle we go. So these are, Sharpie markers are alcohol-based ink, so it's not going to be 100% permanent on plastic, but you can seal it in different ways. Let's see, yesterday I was practicing nail polish, clear nail polish. No, not a good sealer. So I moved on and tried some tacky craft glue, and that seemed to seal it quite well, and didn't cause the ink to run. The clear nail polish caused the ink to run a little bit. So you can do all sorts of things with this plastic. You can make earrings, bracelets, Christmas ornaments, key fobs, tokens, anything. The possibilities are endless. Now, back in the 70s, some of your parents and grandparents may have done something similar to this. And once we move on to the next step, they'll probably go, oh, I know what this is. And it's really fun. But I'm not going to tell you what it is just yet. Okay, so we got all the chocolate brown done. So now the other brown, like I said, I don't have another brown. So I'm going to mix some brown and some black on the tree trunks of my cypress, because that's what this represents. So at Woods Bay, their iconic feature are their cypress trees and the boardwalk that goes out into the bay. So the bay is being the icon. So do that. Come back in with a little bit brown, a little bit more brown with a thicker. So really just drawing where I want covering in the design, but not on the black. And so you can, you can use designs, or you can do your own free design. So now this is where some artistic license comes in. So Cypress has green on it, so I'm going to go ahead and put some green on it. So we're going to do a little bit of this. And like I said, you can do any kind of design you want. You don't have to trace like I'm doing. You can do your own idea. You can use your own creativity. All right, we're getting there. So what's nice about Sharpies is they do come in a variety of colors. It just so happens I only have one brown though, but I'm sure they make a couple browns in their line of markers. All right, and I see I need to come back with black a little bit, or brown rather, on my trees. I'm gonna come back in a little bit here. All right. And the next step is I'm gonna cut this out in a shape. So I want it to be an ornament. So I'm gonna go ahead and peel it off that, put it aside, take my tape off. And I want to be very careful not to touch the ink because my fingers can smear it. So you want to be very, if you want to, you can trace where you want to cut it. I'm just going to free cut it. So what I'm doing is making an ornament. Around and around. All right, and we're going to look, there's a little bump there, so we'll smooth that out a little bit. And you can cut this plastic with craft scissors, kid scissors, anything. Now, really the one key is if you want to put a hole in it, do it before the next step. So I have a hole punch, so I'm going to go ahead and put my hole. Now we're going to move on to the next step. And the next step is a toaster oven at 350 degrees, warmed up. Now, I'm going to use a piece of paper as my cooking surface because paper burns at 400 plus degrees, so it'll be safe to put in the oven. Now this part you really want an adult doing. So let's go ahead and pick up my ornament, open my oven, gently slide it in without getting burned, and shut the oven up and wait. Now at this point you just want to sit and watch the magic happen. So what's also nice about this deli plastic is what's going to happen is going to produce a little bit of fumes, but not a lot. But I would say, if you have pets inside, I would take the toaster oven outside in the fresh air to do this, because a lot of pets can be affected by even the smallest amount of fumes, like pet birds. So you can see what's happening. It's melting. But the cool thing is it's not going to melt and disappear. It's actually shrinking. So it's shrinking in not a uniform way, but it will finish in a uniform way. So it's still shrinking a little bit. All right, I think it's done. So pretty much when I think it's done, it looks fairly flat and uniform in shape. So I'm gonna go ahead and gently take it out and not burn ourselves. Turn the oven off. And this is our final craft. So it is a thicker piece of plastic with our design on it. And like I said, you can put any kind of design you want on it. You can trace something or you can draw something freehand. So I hope you like this recyclable craft here at Lee State Park. Thanks.